PyroLEDA Software Show Tweaker is a portable software that allows a user to set all the operating parameters needed for the use of PyroLEDA digital system and for simple script programming. It can be used to import the SHW file generated by other scripting software or to open and edit a new file. In this last case, clicking on New, it will appear the general software screen. The upper side shows from left to right, shows ID, total number of queues, show duration. The operative area of the general screen is divided into 4 logical zones. The first is a safety setting zone where can be set first dead man presence. If yes, the system will not work without the dead man switch being pressed. If not, the system will work without it. Secondly, the lost bus strategy. If safe is used, the firing modules will stop firing and will power off by themselves if there is a loss of communication which persists for more than 16 seconds. If robust is used, the SQ3s will continue the show following the internal clock. Third, timecode strategy. If safe is used, the main controller goes on pause if the timecode stops and will resume as soon as timecode comes back. If robust is used after timecode loss, F3 will continue with the internal clock. The second zone is dedicated to timecode's settings. If yes is selected, it is possible to choose from different timecodes: PyroLEDA FSK, SMPTE 25, and 30 frames per second. The third zone is used to assign global settings. Global comment is a box where type in the show comment. Second, show timeout is the time starting from the beginning of a show, after which the SQ3s will shut down by themselves to secure firing zone. It's useful when, in case of loss of communication, it's not possible to send the command to discharge the firing module's capacitors. If autobox is checked, this time will occur after a few seconds from the last queue time. Otherwise, it's possible to type in at any time, unchecking the autobox and editing the hours, minutes, seconds box. Igniter res is the place where you can set the maximum allowed firing lines resistance. If, during the test, the system estimates a bigger value, it will be signaled as a warning. Standby enabling is needed to set the standby mode. The advanced zone is used to set the following: timecode offset, firing lines voltage, global electric pulse duration if different from the default. Now we will go further into the script editor. Click on the Queues List menu to enter the editor. It is an Excel-based table with 9 columns. The first column is the queue column. Queues that fire at the same time must have the same number. The second column is the time column. Time is expressed in hours, minutes, seconds, and milliseconds. Third is the trigger column. Trigger can be man if the queues have to be fired by manual action, SLV slave if the queue or a series of queues will fire after a manual queue is started. Using other conventions, a man followed by several slaves queues is what is called a macro or semi-automatic firing sequence. Auto if the queues will be executed automatically after the show starts. Fourth is group column. The value must be an integer from 1 to 5 and is used for safety reasons to exclude from firing certain queues. Fifth and sixth are respectively SQ3 module addresses and PIN. Seventh is a text cell to write the effect or other comments. Eighth is a firing pulse duration field. The last column is for future applications and must be left empty. The SQ3 list menu is used to set parameters for each individual SQ3 and for each individual firing line. The parameters are the following: the expected resistance value for that pin, Secondly, the firing pulse duration for that particular pin. To save and export the show, click on the Save button and browse the output folder where you want to store the show file. Put this SHW file into the My Shows folder of the USB drive. Please use only the USB drive with the following characteristics: a capacity less than 2 GB, FAT32 formatting,